We need to talk about one of the most annoying parts of RV life, slide toppers. Because if you've ever had them, you already know. The flapping, the pooling water, and the noise that keeps you up at night from a heavy storm. If you've ever climbed up on your roof to clean off your slides, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We decided we were done with that, so we cut off our annoyingly loud slide toppers for something better. Where are we cutting it at? Just right down the middle?
Yeah, right down the middle.
I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I guess I didn't get in there. All the way down?
All the way down. Like that.
Nice.
And that's it.
Okay.
We'll do that, one screw, and pop them off.
Wow. That's a lot of tension on that thing.
Oh yeah. Almost satisfying though, a little bit. Huh?
Yeah, it was.
Out with the old, in with the new.
That's a start.
We're gonna do this front one.
Okay, I'll let you do that one. Boom. Just like that, the passenger side slide toppers are off. And as you can see here, it's not too bad underneath, a little dirty. And they said that you could feel the slide toppers and feel that they're getting a little brittle. They're not as pliable as they used to be. There's no stretch in them anymore. It's definitely, it feels like it should have been time probably a couple years ago to get these things taken off, but they're out now. One of the key steps in the true chopper install is to cut this lip down so that the sweep has a clean edge to come over. So they'll have to cut this down about 2 1/4 inches right here. So this is going to be unnerving to watch this part here.
He's cut.
Didn't help me. He started rocking it, and I was like,
He's
oh,
a little bit.
oh no.
Oh no.
All right.
That's it. That was the hard part of it. That's what everybody's afraid of.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like me. I was afraid of that.
Just like
But
pulling the Band-Aid off.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. 1 down, 3 to go.
Make sure that's straight.
Breaking news. I am coming to you live from inside this RV where things are getting chaotic. We have one person trying to finish planning the current trip, we have another person working on the next 3 trips, and a drawer no one is emotionally ready to open. Experts are calling this chronic RV wanderlust, and unfortunately there is no cure, but I do have a treatment for you. It's called RV Destinations Magazine. Sources say it's packed with incredible destinations, stunning photography, and just enough inspiration to completely derail your current plans. We're talking big places like Glacier, Alaska, and Yosemite, and hidden places nobody talks about just out there waiting for you. I just flipped through the latest issue and now I'm questioning everything. Our route, our timelines, our life choices. According to the experts, right now you can save 40% on your own subscription to RV Destinations Magazine by using our link and our code. So if you're ready to turn "we should go there someday" into "when are we leaving?" just click the link down below to get your digital or hard copy of RV Destinations Magazine today. This is Stacy reporting live from an RV that may or may not have been inspired to U-turn to Glacier National Park.
These here are the metal ramps that'll go on the edge of the slide where they cut it. It'll go there to make the sweep smooth, that edge smooth as it's coming over to sweep the top of the slider. First, they put down a black silicone adhesive that prevents water intrusion, which is followed by a 2-part methacrylate adhesive, or a 2-part glue, which dries really quick and holds it in place. They need to remove the top trim piece because this is where the true chopper will be attached to the sidewall of the RV. A lot of stuff behind this sweep. That's all the stuff that you can't see, you can't get to.
Stuff you can't see.
Yeah. And that's all the stuff that was being brought in. Everything is removed now, and they are adding extra sealant over the screws that are already there to prevent any leaks down the road. And finally, the actual install itself. First, they add a new rubber seal to the back sidewall, and it attaches above the slide. First, they put it on with adhesive, then they come back through and screw it in, and then they add a tiny bead of silicone to make sure it's sealed to prevent water intrusion. Some of the old trim needed to be removed, so they are color matching those areas so that you can't tell the true topper wasn't there from the beginning. All right, here comes the best part. Now they're actually attaching the true topper. It is a rigid, solid topper system instead of fabric, so no more rolling, flapping, or sagging. It's basically a fixed cover that sweeps the debris off your slide as it closes. On the corner of all the slides, they added a metal strip, and of course they color matched that. It covers the holes from the old slide topper attachment points. They have found this is the best way to cover the holes and prevent water intrusion. The true toppers are in, and now they are installing the locks. These make sure the toppers pull in tight when the slide closes and ensures that they won't flap as you're going down the interstate.
So when your box is open, they're free hanging. You're able to lift these up, grab a roll of tape or something of this sort, stick under there. You have access to our rubber. You lift it up, you've got access to your rubber.
Okay.
So if you want to condition your rubbers, you can get up there and spray them down. What I was telling you about these locks, this is the lock. There's one on each end of the top.
Okay.
So what that does is when it's closed, when this box goes in, it catches the back side of this flange, and that's what pulls it down nice and tight.
Gotcha, okay.
And for the most part, that's it. You know, here's the rail. That's be almost finished product, so got to be sealed up and everything. And then the same with this. Pretty much same scenario. Free hanging. We actually, on this type of boxes, we cut this trim piece that normally comes up to here.
Right.
We take that trim and we put a new rubber on your back box. So this is a brand new sweep rubber on your coach.
Okay.
Put that on there and then it has ours there.
Nice. And just like that, the true toppers are installed and ready to go. I'm pulling on it so it's not gonna flap around and move while we're transiting down the road because of those locks that they put on both sides. It looks like it came with the rig. I mean, it looks like it was part of the factory install, which is really nice, and that's what I was really hoping for. So the one thing about the awning that came into play when we were talking about installing the true toppers was having to move the awning down a bit so that the top could open. And I told them I really didn't want them to move the awning if they could avoid it. I didn't want it to look like it was an aftermarket piece. I wanted it to look like it came from the factory. Now that the true toppers are finally installed, we're going to show you what it looks like and how they actually work. The best way to show you how the slide toppers work is to actually move them in and out. Stacy, pull them in. We had our true toppers installed by Pro Finishes while we were in Red Bay. They were meticulous, they were detail oriented, and they walked me through the entire process. We can't recommend these guys enough. We want to give a huge thank you to Heidi over at True Topper, who reached out to us last year while we were in Oregon, which is where their factory is. They sponsored our install, and we couldn't be happier with the true toppers. I don't know why we didn't do this sooner. What is your worst slide topper storm story? Say that fast 80 times like I have already. Put those down in the comments. We'd like to hear them. And we'd also like to know if you have true toppers already installed. Put comments down below, because those that are doing research will rely on your review better than ours.
And we'll see you in the next video, because seriously, if I don't hit this stop on this record button, we're never getting out of here.